Mike delivers from his wife's, cat's, his own living room. Here's your host, Mike Biseglia.
That's right, this is Mike Delivers, episode number 98. And I'm your host, Mike Biseglia. And I'm coming to you from my kitchen in Bloomfield, New Jersey. I'm coming to you from my wife's kitchen in Bloomfield, New Jersey. That's not going to be an edit. That's just me screwing up the top. I can't get the top right, Jess, when we do these from the kitchen. When I'm in the car, I think I've got that down. But when we're in these other remote locations, these exotic places, I really struggle.
Well, we really haven't done it anywhere other than the kitchen.
I know. That sounded very sexual. Well, we used to do it in the dining room, and then I realized the acoustics weren't as good.
Did we?
Oh, way back in the day.
I don't even remember those days.
Yes, we did a couple episodes there. We actually did an Ihop episode where we got pancakes.
Yes.
And we got Indian food. And we had grid stuffed burger. My guy's there. I love those dudes. I have a hard time with their names sometimes, but they make the best sweet potato fries ever. Do you remember?
Yes, I do. It's coming back to me.
It's all coming back. It's all coming
I think
back
those are
now.
Pre-pregnancy.
Way pre. We're talking about like a long time ago.
No, I think it was like just pre.
These were the early episodes with the food reviews.
Yeah, no, I know.
And then we moved it here because it just was, the table was better.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, this makes sense. We're right next to each other. Finally put that together. Shout out to the O'Brien Creative Group. They are the dudes that made my awesome looking logo. Really appreciate their hard work, and the logo looks great. You can find more information on them in my show notes, o'briencreativegroup.com. If you want to make an awesome logo, I highly recommend these guys. They are the best. And besides the logo, they help with the identity of this podcast, some brand identity. So as you see, just the social media aspects, they've really been a good coach for me there. So I surely do appreciate that. And then just also, patreon.com, that continues to grow. Patreon's like, the little X-rated friend that's over there. That's not true. It's just another version of getting great content from the Mike Delivers podcast, bonus stories from the road. You and I have extra food reviews. And then, of course, it's on video, and you get the blindfolded taste test where you put your pantyhose around my face, feed me food, and I try to guess what it is. If you're interested in that, patreon.com, Mike Delivers. Appreciate it. All the support there goes to this podcast. So if you want to make a small donation to the pod, that's greatly appreciated. Even if you don't want to watch all the bonus content, it's a slight donation that just helps with things like getting better microphones, equipment that works for podcasting. And so it doesn't sound like I'm coming to you from my wife's kitchen, but maybe you're like, it's coming from a studio in downtown New York. But point is, thank you everybody for your help. All right, Jess, Seafood Month, over. Taco Bell Month, over. Sandwich Month, over. Did we have a month before that?
No, I think that was the first one.
Breakfast Month is here. Not thrilled about it.
About damn time.
About damn time. You like breakfast. I think breakfast, in the words of you, can go suck a dick. Your feelings on pie are my feelings on breakfast.
I think you're pretty alone in this. Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe you are.
But brunch especially is a big thing.
Oh. People, I've done episodes. People love brunch. Why are they so... I don't get it. What is it?
I wouldn't say I don't love like a boozy brunch because I feel like my day's shot. But I like the concept of brunch because it's like eating 2 volumes of meals at one time. And that's just kind of fun. And I can't do that normally.
Maybe I'd like brunch more if it was on a Saturday, I guess. But I will say...
You can brunch on Saturday.
Do people do that? I've never heard of a Saturday brunch.
For sure.
I thought you could only brunch on Sunday.
No, you can brunch on Saturday.
Teach me the rules of brunching.
It was... Our town was hopping yesterday with brunch. On a Saturday.
You sounded like you were doing a Mad Lib sentence.
No.
Our town was blanking on a Saturday.
No.
What was that? The way your delivery there, Just Delivers, was very Mad Libsy. Although that, just came up with a fun idea. We should do Mike Delivers Mad Libs, where we get one, but we can only fill it in with Uber Eats terms.
Okay.
What do you think of that idea?
I think that would be very confusing.
Yes. Maybe to me and the 7 other people that are drivers that I know might find that funny.
Well, I don't think Saturday is as big of a deal. because people don't booze maybe as much on Friday nights as because the whole kind of idea is like the hair of the dog.
Okay, so the idea. Well, then what happens on Monday?
What do you mean?
Well, then you got to have a hair of the dog on a Monday.
Well, no,
to keep the hair growing.
No, you're drinking at like 11 a.m.
I see, and then you're done at like 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you kind of rest it off so that Sunday night you feel better. Monday morning you wake up and you're good.
It's just a wasted day, and that's the issue for me.
Can you explain why they call it hair of the dog?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
I cannot.
And why isn't hair of the cat? It should be hair of the cat.
Especially with our hairy cat.
I know, furry little man, furry little man boy.
But I like the food. I just don't like. And the funny thing is I am no teetotaler, but I just don't like. I don't like drinking early in the day. Give me 5 o'clock. Let's go.
Let it rip.
But early in the day is just not for me, drinking wise.
You know what? It's funny though because like my favorite kind of meal would be like a dim sum. So is that like
it's like Chinese
food brunch?
Yeah.
See, that to me sounds amazing.
See, for me, I'm a small lady normally. I'm actually a very small pregnant lady.
Yes.
As everybody keeps basically shaming me every 5 minutes.
Oh, it's not shaming. It's a good thing.
Oh my god, I can't believe you're about to deliver. You look like you're barely pregnant.
Cute.
Anyway, I like being able to really just go for it and brunch, honestly. Because if I like skip breakfast and like combine it with lunch, I can like eat a lot more and like more fun food. That's the part that I enjoy about it.
I gotcha. Okay, it's fair. It's respectable.
And my ultimate brunch is, what do you think?
Your ultimate brunch, like a restaurant or the food item?
Just like in general. Like if I'm at a restaurant, what am I getting for brunch?
You like a egg white omelet with spinach, mushrooms.
No, you're being very specific.
No, and then you also like a good Spanish sausage.
No, I love a special because they definitely have fun brunch specials, like an avocado toast with poached eggs. Oh yeah, I'm going there. But my go-to is going to be an omelet, home fries extra crispy.
Yes.
Wheat toast. That's going to be like my go-to.
And mine would be hot open turkey,
yours is
mashed
like,
potatoes.
That's in a diner. But if you go to like a place that has brunch,
I'm such a pain in the ass.
You just order the sides,
I know,
usually.
It's bad.
Yeah, he'll be like, I'll have the French fries and like a side of sausage.
I know,
and a side
because
of
everything comes with eggs. I'm always confused, and they'll be like, can I substitute the eggs? They'll be like, no.
Well,
why?
Yeah.
Who does that?
I know you're actually better. This is very random, but you're better at a place that has vegan breakfast options.
I know.
Have you
I love
noticed
vegan.
that?
Yeah, because it's not eggs.
Yeah, because there's like that
or
one,
cheese.
The one we went to in Charlottesville that had tofu scrambles.
Right. I see. I love tofu, and everybody's like, "How do you like tofu and not eggs?" I don't know.
You love tofu. I know.
I love
it's
tofu.
weird. Hey, to each their own.
But I guess getting back to the broader point here, it's got me a little anxious about breakfast month and nervous for it because, and we started off. We dipped our toe into the month. Let's be realistic here.
I think that was the right thing to do.
I mean, we're not having poached eggs on top of an egg sauteed in an egg sauce. I mean, with a side of eggs with toasted eggs.
But I don't think we had to do that because eggs are a part of brunch and breakfast.
But they're a big part. Restaurant eggs are a big thing.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
But I think restaurant carbs, I would think they're equal. I think like pancakes, waffles, French toast is like, I think it's 50-50-ish.
But it's a big part.
Yes.
Maybe I'm thinking because I'm not a huge... I like them. But I'm not the kind of guy that goes and gets pancakes and waffles all the time. So when I go to a breakfast spot and it's like, I don't want to get a heavy breakfast. If you don't get pancakes and waffles and you want to have a lighter breakfast, I don't... What is there besides eggs?
Oatmeal?
God, oatmeal. Here's the problem about oatmeal. This is why I don't like oatmeal. It's like going to a restaurant and being like, I'll have the Frosted Flakes. I can make my own bowl of fucking Frosted Flakes in my house. I could go and make oatmeal, unless I guess it's like some really great exotic oatmeal. But I don't... I know you can make eggs in your house. I know you can make toast in your house. But the difference is, at least eggs is like your act of cooking. I mean, I'm taking something and pouring it in a bowl.
No,
it's so dumb.
I'm with you, and in general, I do agree with that. And that's actually why I always get omelets. Yeah. I make a banging fried egg. I can do a great poached egg.
What's a fried egg?
Just like, I don't know, in Pittsburgh you call them dippy eggs, where like you fry them on the bottom, and then they're like dippy, so you can dip bread in them. Like, I can make those great. So I don't almost ever order that unless
Yeah.
maybe it's on avocado toast. But I cannot make a good omelet. I mean, there are people who are like omelet chefs. It's an art. So
I've
get
seen
where
the
you're-
folding and the molding and the whole
I get
deal.
where you're coming from when you order like toast and sausage for breakfast. Like Mike eats the driest breakfast you can ever imagine.
I know.
It's like sawdust.
It's bad. But I guess that's what I'm like. I'll be curious to see as this evolves, and I'll open it up to the audience here. Mike Delivers Pod, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. DM me, message me on there, or MikeDeliversPod@gmail.com. Let me know what we should try for breakfast. So I should probably say IHOP again, chicken and waffles. But if there's a place you love, hey, the McDonald's egg blah 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 make blah blah blah. We're open to all of it.
Like,
so
we
just
need
let me know.
something-
Email me, DM me, give me the deets.
Something that will change your mind
Yeah.
on breakfast foods.
Yeah.
I-
Not happening. You think I'm going to end this month saying I get breakfast?
No, I don't. I don't think you will.
I mean, Taco Bell month ended, and I was like, I kind of get it. It's like a cult following, and I felt like if we did another month of Taco Bell, I'd be all in on it.
I think I feel much better about Taco Bell. Like, I hope I'm stranded somewhere where there's just Taco Bell,
I know
frankly.
you do. Nah.
Yeah. I think about it.
Yeah.
Except I don't go anywhere anymore. But
If we were to go anywhere.
yeah, I just wish that I was stranded somewhere and I just had to get a what is it? Crunchwrap Supreme. That's what I like.
Oh, so gross.
Just want to have a Crunchwrap Supreme.
We'll see how this month finishes. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how my feelings on breakfast, if they change at all once this month is over. And then on the fast food side of things, because when we look at the month in total, Jess, and we try to find other places to try for the month, and that's why I'm not just like saying it to get attention for the social media aspect. I really need to know like where we should go for this.
Yeah, I
like
know.
legit want help, because lunch and dinner there's so many more chain options, but for breakfast there really aren't. I mean, I know we did try Wendy's. Obviously, McDonald's is in play. Burger King's in play. We did IHOP. I recommended Friendly's, but there's not that. The pool of places is limited, so I do want to know. So I am very curious to find out just where places have breakfast.
Well, I think part of it, this is just a theory I've come up with for the last, I don't know, hour or two when I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
So I looked up a bunch of like, what are the best chain restaurants, fast food restaurant breakfast? Chain restaurant wise,
Yeah, they don't do it.
no, we don't have a lot around here. And I wonder if it's because we're in like the diner mecca of
What
the
do
world.
you saying
Okay,
like TGI Fridays
Denny's.
does breakfast?
Do you know where a Denny's is? It's
No.
like
Denny's
2 hours away.
Denny's is a good one.
Okay, so Denny's there's no original pancake. There's no Waffle House.
No.
So like those are things when I think of like in Pittsburgh or in Charlottesville, other places we've lived that were not in the New York City metro area. Easily, I could think of 10 Denny's in Pittsburgh.
Right.
But they don't have that here because this is a real diner scene.
Yeah.
Around this
and a
area.
big breakfast brunch scene too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. There's a couple restaurants in Montclair that are just straight up close at 2 o'clock.
That's
They're
it.
doing their waffles, pancakes, avocado toast till 2, and then they're killing it for the day.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I do wonder if they're like, screw this. Like, we're way
From a
better.
corporate
Bob
standpoint.
Evans. That was another one. I'm just telling you,
Right.
like, I pulled up like
Cracker
this list.
Barrel.
There is one that is
One what?
there's one breakfast place that was on the list called La Peep.
Never heard of it.
It's on the way to Rutgers, and that's the only way I know that.
And after
like,
you're done with Let Peep, you have to go.
I have no idea. What do you mean, like?
You got to take a shit.
Okay, not lay poop.
No, Let Poop. Oh my god, dad jokes. Jeez,
Oh
here
God,
we go.
the dad's coming out already. You got 33 days. to
33
figure it?
days,
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah. Well, less when you hear this. So I am wondering
sense.
if we're gonna have like so places I've thought of around here are like Cheesecake Factory.
They do breakfast?
Yeah.
Or is it like
they have a brunch.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a Cracker Barrel around
The Cheesecake
here.
Factory is next to the P.F. Chang's, by the way. If you were to get from there.
Okay.
I saw that. When
The
I
one
picked it
in
up
Bergen?
The one in by the Willowbrook Mall.
Oh, there's a Cheesecake Factory out there too. Oh, okay. I was thinking a different
I saw
one.
it.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually, I've eaten at it, so I don't know why I'm telling you. I don't remember that.
I'm not positive.
I ate there with my mom.
I drove by it.
I do love a Cheesecake Factory moment, but
That's a good
again,
gimmick.
Sunday mornings, we have busy weekends.
I know. We just don't do that kind of shit.
I know. We're not we like our Saturday night relax people, but not during the day, and definitely not during Sunday either.
No.
So we're a lot of fun, basically, is what I'm saying, like, in conclusion.
Well, it probably would be good for us. I wonder if once we have a kid, we'll be more into breakfast out.
Just like, I don't know if we're taking him out of the house anytime soon.
Yeah, well, I mean, like in like 8 years, and he hasn't aged.
When there's a vaccine and he's still an infant.
Yeah, exactly. I guess that's a good point. That's not exactly how it works. Yeah, we're kind of, it is what it is on that.
Yeah. Not that I don't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's just I'm never going to initiate it ever.
And here's the other thing. If I was into it, if like my thing was breakfast, we'd probably be doing more stuff. If I loved it.
But I think we both love getting a fun dinner on the weekends. And brunch, to me, ruins my dinner.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do like a big brunch and then be like, let's have pizza, because I'm just not feeling it then.
I guess what I'm saying is if I was into it, you'd probably do it more just because you don't despise it.
Yes.
If I was like, Jess, tonight or this morning, I need eggs. I need eggs so bad. I need them so badly, babe. Nothing like...
I'd be like running.
Who is this man?
I would be like, get in the car. We are going for brunch now.
Yes. Eggman Mike...
We're going to a New Jersey diner. They're open all hours of the day.
And we'll do this on the Patreon page. We'll do it to end the breakfast month. I want to get pancakes from a classic New Jersey diner, and I want to get them from Ihop. We could do like a flavored pancake, and I want to then, you'll take them out of the boxing so I can't see, put them on the same plate, and I have to pick just one pancake. That's the key too. I don't want you to have them stacked because I think that could give away what they are.
Can we do blueberry or like banana pancakes?
Yeah, we can do a flavor.
Okay.
I want to do like one pancake on a plate, one pancake on another plate, and see if I can see which one's better.
Okay.
No, I'm worried about a bias. I'm worried about if I see like the one pancake from the diner and there's like 7 of them compared to IHOP, which is in a standard 3 or whatever.
Okay.
I think there could be some bias. So I just want like pancake. And then after that, it's carb day.
Okay, we'll start early that
pancakes.
day.
We'll see if Leon likes them too.
All right, well, this is the 9th month of pregnancy, so I mean, I think it's really all hands on deck at this point.
Are you game for hospital food review?
Yeah, I told you.
While in labor.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's just ice chips.
Pre-labor.
You can't as soon as you're in labor.
For me.
Oh, whatever. You can do whatever you want, but
you'll be filming it. The doctor will come in.
I'm filming?
We have something very important to talk about. Be like, sorry, we're doing a Mike Delivers video. It's like, well, we got to go into
I don't know if my
room.
intervention is going to be good. You might have to get somebody else to do it. I feel like I might be a little shaky.
One of the people there, one of the nurses.
I told you, I'm not worried about... I'm worried the pain. I'm worried about like the drugs and what I actually say.
Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. This podcast is so dumb. If we had it my way, it'd be Jesse does all this great shit.
No, that'd be really boring.
All right, Jess, can I tell the story of the crow from yesterday at Asbury Park? Is that cool?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to translate well to audio.
It will, because I'm going to give sound effects.
Okay.
So we're walking on the pier in Asbury Park, and it's a boardwalk. And it's a great boardwalk. You can be socially distanced. You can wear your masks. You can walk around and get the fresh air. And it's just a really cool, fun spot to be at. So we love doing it. So we're taking our walk, and birds are flying around. And all day I've been talking about birds, about how they're going to shit on my head. I had a weird feeling about birds yesterday.
You brought it up. I'll be honest, I didn't notice there was a lot of birds. Second you brought it up, I'm like, they're flying all over us. And at one point... one did poop in between the two of us.
I know. I just had a feeling.
You were walking faster than me, and I was like behind you on a diagonal, and a little turd just like dropped out of the sky.
I just felt birds coming. That sounds disgusting. Anytime you use that word, it's just gross. Anyway, so we're walking around, and this one really nasty crow pulls up to the side of us. He had crow's feet, but they looked like he was on like skis. Like, they were just kind of skeezy skis.
Well, you're not used to looking at crow's feet. He had, like, really long, giant...
They were gross.
They were giant talons, yeah.
So he parks, and I guess, I don't know what it was exactly, something on...
It was on someone's car.
Oh, it was
on someone's car, yeah.
So he stops on someone's car and just looks directly at us.
Yeah, like, we were making, like, serious eye contact, and I seriously did have a second where I thought he was a drone.
It was
such
weird.
a weird. It was like he was coming into like
parks on the car. We're then walking by him. He looks at us, and I hear all of a sudden this noise go. And I'm like, oh my god, this fucking crow.
I said out loud, I go, did he just snarl at us?
And I thought it in my head. I was like, this crow is fucking possessed. And then all of a sudden we hear it again. And we walk by the car. There's a man with the window down snoring his fucking face off.
Yeah, it was the car next to the car that this thing had perched on. So, but it felt like it was like ventriloquist.
I really thought that crow was possessed and was coming to murder us and like take our souls and destroy our lives. But then when we walked past that man snoring, it was an all-time moment.
Yeah.
It was and we both looked at each other like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I just can't believe this guy was parked like up against the boardwalk.
Yeah.
Windows down both sides.
Yeah.
That bird could have. That's why I would never do that. I had
Yeah.
definitely slept like in my car. Like when I was telling you after that. Like I used to work shipment at the Gap early morning. Like done work at 2. I would take a nap in my car before going to the gym. Like,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah,
I can't. I just can't function.
Yeah.
I would never do the windows down. Think of the
I
thing.
know.
Like people could throw shit in your car.
Especially people from New Jersey.
Yeah, ugh, God, no. But it was so funny.
It really was. It was terrifying and then also very comedic.
It was just terrifying that bird like made like real eye contact with us. And he was probably 4 feet away.
I mean,
like
yeah.
really, he was not social distancing.
No, he was not. Terrifying looking bird staring at you and then making noises. Meanwhile, it was, an overweight man who was just snoring away, and his wife was in the car too. And I didn't see if his wife was asleep, but you said she was sleeping.
Yes, yeah, there were 2 people in the car sleeping.
That's impressive to be that tired. Like, what happened that they like? And then I'm trying to think
was
of
about
a backstory.
10:30 a.m. too.
Like, what happened that you could be that tired in the car from something that happened? Like, it just, I guess that's a weird time to take a nap, right? Like, you usually take a nap because usually if he's not sleeping from the night before there.
Well,
why was he asleep?
That was
doesn't make
my
sense
question.
That doesn't make sense.
Was if he was that passed out from the night before? First of all, it was 10:30. I mean, I'd been up for 5.5 hours at that point.
Yeah.
It was loud.
Yes.
Like it was really loud. Like you would hear people. New Jersey people talk really loudly, and you hear the one of my favorite things about Asbury Park.
That guy was borderline dead.
No, but he was clearly not dead. He clearly had sleep apnea. But one of the best things about the boardwalk is hearing people's conversations.
Yes, we love doing
that. That is our favorite thing, is when we'll walk. And I have to say, I will be honest, in these coronavirus days, it's not as busy as usual. You definitely don't hear the good conversations. But I think our first day that we walked on the boardwalk this year, the first thing we heard was this guy was like, life is fucking hard. And it was just like the first thing we heard. We're like, oh, that tracks for the year.
Oh, it does. I mean, it's so much fun listening to all these people. Like the one woman today, she's like, there's people that are good that do bad things. There's people that are bad that do good things. It's not just that black and white. Which is true.
Oh, okay.
Which is true, and I won't say why, but there was something that I think
definitely triggered her.
And I know, and I was like, because it triggered me, so I can only imagine that it triggered her. But the shit you hear on that pier, or on the boardwalk.
I'm just saying, it's not like a place. It's not a place to pass out, because it was like right parked up against it. Obviously,
yes.
Like the freaking crow was like right in our face.
And then shout out too, because I actually ran into somebody I know from work.
Which is weird.
Very
I've
weird
run into
experience.
people at the boardwalk, but you've never.
You have. No, usually you run into more people than I do, because you're like...
I'm about town.
You're about town. What is that with your hand?
I don't know.
About town?
I don't know. Nobody's
like a
seen
Michael
this.
Jackson move right there. What was that?
We did hear some good MJ on the drive yesterday.
We did hear some good MJ on the drive. Yeah, I never usually see people, so that was kind of cool to see someone from work. So yeah, New Jersey celeb, too.
Yes,
cool.
Quite a celebrity.
He is. No, he really is. Maybe one day, the Mike Delivers podcast.
Has he not been on?
He has been on.
Okay,
he was on an
so.
early episode.
Okay.
He was.
We say who it is.
Al Dukes, by the way.
Okay.
He was. It was a lot of fun. Al was the second interview I ever did.
Hey, I thought he was on really
Evan was the first interview I ever did. Evan Roberts. Then I've had a bunch of people on from work. Evan Roberts, Al Dukes, Greg Giannotti, Jerry Recco, Sean Morash, Andrew Bogish. I think that's it from work. I want to get Taz
You had
on.
Zach on?
Zach Gelb. Yeah, I should probably mention Zach.
Oh, you had him on a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it would be interesting to have Zach on now for the perspective of the obviously we work together. And Zach said this bothered me. He goes, "I don't tip." It's like, Zach, come on.
I know you're a tip pusher though.
I am a tip. You should be, because I know how hard or not hard some people are working.
I know.
I mean,
You pushed me to tip a lot this weekend.
And I talked about this on episode 97, if you want to go back and listen to it, about how apparently the Uber Eats app was fucked up and you couldn't get tips. I mean, that's fucking ridiculous.
I just can't believe they're not paying you out on that. That's unfair.
Here's the question. If they're not getting the tips, here's the bigger question. You ready for this, Jess? Because the customer clearly gave money, where did the money go?
Well, that's what I mean. That's why I feel like it is rightfully yours. That's the part that I don't like, is the money went somewhere. And the customers paid a tip. Does that go into Uber Eats' pocket?
I don't know. That's what I don't understand.
That's the part that makes me like we've talked about it before, that it does make me nervous how they run their company a little bit, in all honesty.
You know, I haven't signed in a bit. Maybe if I do, I got to do with the whole face mask thing.
Yeah.
Work. But now I'm curious if I signed in, maybe there's going to be like a random $7.
I mean, maybe. That would be interesting. So I guess we can't shit on them yet, but it does seem...
But you haven't told. I haven't done deliveries in a few
Yeah,
days.
it's kind of unethical if they are just pocketing that.
Totally unethical. Oh my god, that would just be such bullshit.
No, I know. They can kind of do what they want because they're the first of their kind, so...
Yeah. Well, it is interesting to see how this stuff evolves with the deliveries, because it's definitely evolved during this pandemic. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure. And, like, even them capping your hours and stuff like that, like, that's...
Yeah, like, they had to cap the hours, because I'm sure people that are hustlers...
People who lost their jobs that are like, shit, I can do 80 hours a day now.
And because the money was so good, like, let's say you just said, fuck it, I'm going to just work my ass off and do 80-ish hours, and you're like, I took home $5,000? That's a lot. $5,000 would be a lot. But if you're bringing home $400 a day, you did that 7 days a week. Let's say somebody brought home $3,000. They could do it. Like, you could legit bring home $3,000 in a week. That's $156,000 case job.
It's not.
Which is a good. If somebody said, "What do you do for a living?" I do Uber Eats. What does it pay a year? 150 G's. Like, wait, excuse me.
But the thing is every company kind of does this to an extent. Like, even in my company, if you hit a certain number in a year, they will cap you. So let's say you go over whatever you need to make for a year.
Yeah.
The first year, you get 111% of that money. If you've hit that threshold, and they are like, oh shit, this person's really making money, the next year it's 108%. They'll keep lowering it. They'll keep trying to squash the people who are successful.
Yes, but what does it matter to them? Let me tell you, like, from Uber Eats perspective, because I think this has to do more with, like, the legality of how long you can be on the road. Because what do they give a fuck? If it's not going to you, it's going to go to somebody else who's going to have to do that order. It's not like they're not getting the money away.
That's a good question.
I think it's just more of the lines of, like, well, legally, these people, like, we didn't think about it, but people are on the road for 103 hours a week.
Well, I guess that's probably, you're probably correct. It's more liability.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's like with pilots, you can't have them driving a certain number of hours.
Right, because no one ever...
I'm doing it 18 hours a day, 7 days a week. I have not slept. I'm on, all this caffeine.
Do you think there's any pilots that are Uber Eats drivers on the side?
I don't. If anyone's listening, please.
Yeah, if you fly a plane for a living, not just like recreationally, like if you're a pilot that flies JetBlue and you also do Uber Eats, I want to interview you.
That would be fascinating.
Now.
Or, I mean, you know what? There's never been less flights than right now. This is the time.
I guess, yeah. That's crazy.
Get there really quick.
Yeah, I am interested, though, in the people that what their second job is, or excuse me, what their primary job is. If they're doing Uber Eats second, what their primary gig is. That does fascinate me.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, obviously.
Like what it is, because like mine's CBS Sports Radio. Like yours is, I am a chef. I'm an Uber driver. Uber Eats is my secondary job. I don't know.
What's the most interesting person that you've talked to that had a full-time job?
I'd have to think about that. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't know.
It is an interesting concept.
It is.
Like,
I think the stigma of it has gone away a little bit. I think there was a little bit of a stigma, like, you do Uber Eats, and I thought it. I'm not going to lie. When you brought up to me, hey, Mike, you should do, like, Uber Eats on the side, I was like, Jess, come on. I can't do that. Now I'm like, Jess, come on. That's all I want to do.
Can I please do that full time?
Seriously. Like,
and I go as soon as they get healthcare.
So my mindset on it has completely changed. But I think there was a stigma on that a little bit before. Would you agree, or is that just me being pretentious?
I think before the pandemic, potentially, but I also think I have the same concept with online dating. I have a friend who met her husband now online dating forever ago. Yeah. Like 2008, 2007, something like that. And I remember her being like, don't tell anybody.
Right.
You know? And
now it's like, who gives a fuck?
No, now it is basically the only way you meet somebody.
I don't know if I would, yeah.
Like, everyone's like, are you on the apps? It's like, there's no, like, it's almost like, oh my god, you met him at a bar? Ugh. Like.
Right. Well, now especially, too.
Well,
no, I understand that. That's an
So I guess point. I do kind of think the same thing of, like, I think maybe, well, first of all, the economy has changed dramatically.
Yes.
People's careers have changed. People are furloughed, you know, people have pay cuts, so they have to, you know, find it somewhere. I mean, I don't know if I think everybody has, like, some type of a side hustle.
Do you think any Uber Eats drivers have ever fallen in love during deliveries? Met, like randomly, like, you're doing an Uber Eats delivery, and then this woman's doing an Uber Eats delivery?
Do I think ever?
And, like, you're both in friendlies. Two Uber Eats drivers hit it off, trade numbers, and, like, have sex at the very least.
I don't know about two Uber Eats drivers, because I would think that they're going to different locations.
Yeah, but, like, if you were, like, okay... this is bizarre thoughts, but like if you're doing an Uber Eats delivery and you're waiting there, she's waiting there, you hit it off because you obviously have common ground of what to talk about, and then the next thing you know is you're changing numbers. You're like, yeah, when I'm done with my shift, I'll give you a call.
I don't see that nearly as much, or maybe this is just apparently it's my fantasy. I see it much more with delivering to the house. Because they know where you live now, and they can talk about, like, oh, what'd you get? Oh, you know what? I haven't tried this place. What do you think of it? Not that I've...
It's your it's your Postmates driver. Bing, 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 bang, wow. Oh, thank you for going to Whole Foods. What do you have? I've got the meats for you. Ooh, I love your meat. And then the next thing you know is sex.
It's basically... like the Pizza Man porno for today's day.
Now when you do a porn, it's like it used to be like, ding dong, who's there? Hey, got your pizza. Now it's changed. It's like, ding dong, who's there? Amazon delivery driver. I'm here with your food, your groceries, your cat litter, and my big dick.
And you can tell what we order from Amazon.
A lot of dick.
Mine is the dick, yeah. I was going to say.
Oh, man, I've had better dick from Amazon. Not as good as it
Although
usually
I do have to say, a little disappointing on the delivery today. They were out everything at Whole Foods. Jesus, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right.
I'm just kidding.
Did
really
we get
don't
the
order
ice cream
penises.
sandwiches? I didn't look.
Yes.
Oh,
but they were a different brand.
Oh, Jesus.
And I was going, I thought, I was like, I guess Jess doesn't remember what we like. But it was, you know...
Yeah, sorry.
It was anyway.
No,
I hope you got your dick.
Okay, no, I didn't. I think they forgot the dick today.
I mean, that has to happen. Boy, what a day for an Amazon driver. If you're like, you will never believe what happened to me, Frankie. I went, picked up the food, and then the next thing you know, sex.
I bet you that's happened.
You really think that's
I really
happened?
do.
Why are you playing with your hair like that? Are you flirting with me? Are you flirting with the Amazon pseudo driver?
Sorry,
you were just getting like
I was
flirty.
getting hot and bothered by it.
Seriously. I was like, should we hit pause?
Do you know how many times the Amazon guy comes to our house today? It's like 10 times.
I know. Well, it can't be the same Amazon. He's looking all good in his outfit. Mm-hmm.
No, it's never the same person.
That's true, too. You know, sorry to divert our attention away from sexual intercourse with an Amazon driver, but I wonder what that pays.
Being an Amazon driver?
Because you're not tipped like an Uber Eats driver.
Oh, you do tip on the groceries.
You tip on the groceries.
Yes.
What's that called? That's a...
Amazon... No, not Fresh.
There's a name for that.
I don't know. Whole Foods, Amazon, whatever. It comes from Whole Foods.
Okay.
I don't know if that's a good deal, but so that definitely you tip, but you do not tip like
Just
when they drop
general.
the litter off. No.
Yeah, so I want like the motivation for delivering. Like I think when you're an Uber Eats driver, there is a motivation. I'm not even saying for a like being good to the customer. Like I know we had Ricky Spears on, who's like the greatest at this. Like he makes sure to go out of his way to get extra condiments, messages. But I would say Uber Eats driver in general, like you're not like gagging along. You want to get the deliveries done so you can get to your next delivery because you know that that's monetized money.
Well,
so that I think there's always a good incentive for the driver. Amazon driver, I just got to get these done today.
first of all, would be a fascinating interview because I think all of us have never done Amazon more in our lives.
Yeah.
I will say one thing. I wonder.
Next time the guy comes by, hey, I know you're used to coming in here with your dick, but is it okay if I interview
Well,
you?
sometimes I get an update that says it's like 10 doors away. So whenever I get that, I'm going to send you out front and just ask them for an interview. Okay.
He's going to be like, what's the name of
Here's
this podcast?
what I will say
Excuse
is
me?
it's very inconsistent with the Amazon people. Like, some of them, I don't know if speed is a factor for them. Because sometimes they will take a picture of what is dropped off at your door.
Yeah.
I never request that. I don't know why they sometimes take a picture and sometimes don't take a picture. That is curious to me. So
Okay.
I don't know if they're quality versus quantity, or is it like chuck it at the door and go? Like I
Right.
have no idea what it
Well,
is.
I've walked back from like going on a jog and I see some of the Amazon drivers on the phone. The guy was like on a conversation, cursing and yelling. And
Okay,
it's
they're
like,
always on
he
the phone.
doesn't care.
Yeah, no, they are always on the phone.
Yeah, like you get to that point of relaxation. I've never been on the phone. You and I have been on the phone a bunch. I've been on the phone with multiple people. But whenever I get to said drop off or pick up, if I'm going to the restaurant or picking up, if I'm going to the restaurant or I'm dropping off at the person's house, I never am on the phone at
Yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
It's either like I'll hang up and be like, can't talk. Or if you call, someone calls, I'll hit the red decline real quick. Like, and then you get the hint. You know what's going on.
Yeah, I know what's happening. You're very,
I'm dropping off the mushu pork. Like, you know the deal.
Yeah, I got it.
And that's not a
Euphemism.
euphemism. I'm literally dropping off pork.
This has gone off.
I know, it
the rails.
really
What
has.
are we talking about?
I don't know. Breakfast? Are we talking about breakfast?
I guess so.
Was it breakfast or banging the Amazon guy? God, he's out.
That really took a left turn.
Yeah, so did he to get into our driveway.
Yeah, I guess he did.
I guess he did. All right, so we did IHOP today, and I wanted to make sure that we did not do pancakes. Like, that was a big deal. Because,
We should try pancakes from somewhere else because we've only had pancakes from Ihop.
yes, we've done IHOP pancakes before. We've done them twice, actually. We did... Was there a reason we did them?
There was a Holly Jolly pancake.
The Holly Jolly pancakes, and then we did
Was
the...
it like a cinnamon roll or something?
Yeah, it was with churros on top.
Churros. Oh, God, yeah, that was a lot.
Yes, and I remember liking both of them a lot. So when I wanted to do IHOP, I wanted to make sure that we got something that wasn't pancakes. That was a little different. So we went with the waffle, and then here was the weird thing about our waffle ordering. As we pull back the curtain a little. The waffle itself was like $7-something. If you got it with chicken, the chicken and waffles, or like the IHOP waffle breakfast with bacon and eggs, it was like $2 more for each. So it was like at that point, why would you not get it without the other said item?
Well, I said to you, I was like, this is a $9 waffle. Waffles are water, flour, salt, sugar. You can make a waffle for 15 cents.
What's weird too about it, and see, now I'm got me thinking is, okay, the pancakes are probably more difficult to make than a waffle, right? Because you gotta pay attention to it. You gotta flip it.
I don't know because waffles. I'm gonna say waffles are hard to make.
I don't think so.
And
think
you've
you-
made how many of each?
0.
Okay, so as somebody who's actually made them, both of them, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say the reason I think waffles are a little harder is you have to wait till they're done at a certain. If you open the waffle maker and they're not done,
Yeah.
you have a waffle on one half, you have a waffle on the other half.
Yes. Okay.
In pancakes, you have a little more forgiveness on those. Like a waffle is either like good or like not good. There's a binary with waffles.
I gotcha.
Pancakes, you'd be like, a little darker, a little light.
Okay.
Yeah, trust me. I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay, that's fair. But there's a flipping action with the pancake.
Yes.
Okay, you got to make the pancake.
Yes.
You got to flip the pancake.
Yeah.
Waffle, you just got to jerk your arm.
Yeah. They're just, I mean, this was a buttermilk waffle. There was nothing else happening.
This is why I think they upcharge the waffle. Because the pancake prices are a lot
half
lower.
the price.
I think
and you got like 3 of them versus one waffle.
Because there's like this attitude like, ooh, you're at Ihop, the international house of pancakes.
I agree.
And you get a waffle, they're like, let me make it more expensive because who's the turd that's going into IHOP?
And being
it's
like, I'm getting a waffle.
It's not hot IHOW. You're not going to IHOW. Like, if it was IHOW, okay. So I think they make the price a little bit steeper because people aren't getting that. But also think about this. Like, how many... Jess, you and I got the side of pancakes. They were so heavy. This is way back when. But, like, that waffle was so light.
Yeah, that waffle, like, if we're talking, like, food volume was a quarter of the side pancakes, which is, what, $4?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the waffle, if you're going on straight value, the waffle's a bad deal.
The waffle is a very bad deal.
Totally.
I mean, truly, you can whip up a waffle for under 50 cents easily. They
made a lot of money.
$9 is maybe that's the way they get their margins up. They're like, all right, volume wise, we got a lot more pancake people coming to IHOP, so we're just gonna small margin. Now those waffle people. That's where we're making up our money because we don't like those people.
So what have we learned tonight? That IHOP secretly makes their money on waffles, not on pancakes.
Because $9 for a single waffle is insane. At IHOP.
It's insane. It's fucking right. And
like, if you think about that, Bang Bang Shrimp was $12. Yeah. Think about that.
Right. No, I got you.
That had like bread and dipping sauce and everything. Yeah, that was a totally different ball of wax there.
Totally different, which is just so strange. And then, okay, so when I placed the order on the phone, a couple parts here. I knew the woman. When she answered the phone, I go, I know who this lady is.
Oh, God, that's...
I know her. I've been to this IHOP a bajillion times.
Why did you pick that IHOP?
It's the closest one to our house.
You went to the left or the right?
I went to the right.
Oh, you went to the right. Oh, okay.
I did tell you that.
You said the one in Watchung.
Yeah.
That's not...
I said Broad and Watchung.
That's not that street.
Yeah, it is. What else? Watchung is to our right.
Yeah, there's just a different... That was not the right street.
If I said Watchung, how could you think it was another IHOP?
I don't know. Watchung is where, like, the vet is.
Watchung, yeah, but that's the cross street.
Okay, I don't think it is, but anyway.
Of course it is.
I know.
Oh, we're going to take a time out. Because here's what happened on the Mike Delivers podcast. I'm wrong a lot of the times. And I'll admit when I'm wrong.
Okay.
What street do we live off?
Broad Street.
Okay, so if I said I went to the IHOP on Broad and Watchung, that is pretty accurate on where I went.
I don't think that's the right street name. But anyway.
Yeah, no, and usually I'd be like, you know what? Nobody cares. This is going to be really boring because 99.9% of our audience doesn't live in the exact location that we do. But I want to hear Jess on this podcast say how right I am, that I am going to take a second.
Oh, yeah, actually, you are correct, yes.
How correct am I?
It's actually across from Highfield, but basically Watchung is the main cross street.
Okay, if I'm trying to give you direction, if I want to say I'm going to the IHOP, and here's the issue. There's 2 IHOPs in our area.
And they're exactly the same distance.
But one you go right, one you go left. The one to the left has more difficult parking, and there's more traffic. So I went to the one to the right. And Watchung, I thought would give away which direction I went. So, I mean, that is the cross street.
Yes, it is.
Say it.
Yes. I guess
say it.
You're right. It's 4 doors down from the Sopranos Diner.
Yes.
For perspective.
Yes, which was packed.
For global perspective. They did a nice job putting stuff outside.
Yes.
So it's super close. I'm glad you went to that one. The other one stresses me out. It's like in a confusing, like...
Well, the parking there is hell.
Yeah, that's why I thought you were going there, and I was like, that's a bad idea. Okay, anyway, I'm glad you went there.
It feels good to be so right. So I picked up... I put the order in, and I knew the woman right away. I was like, I know her. I've told stories about her on this podcast. I don't remember what, but there's been stories about this woman on the podcast. And I went in there. I parked, walked outside. This is the spot of the vomit, which is now seating for people. And there was one couple out there at the IHOP having dinner. Nobody obviously inside. I went inside. It was completely deserted. And it was really sad because I can't tell you just how many times I've gone into that IHOP and I was just like, oh. this is brutal. I'm never going to get my food. There's a bajillion people. And to see an IHOP that I've gone into 1,000,000 times where it was so busy, packed, and just thriving, annoying, but thriving, to then see one couple sitting outside and the woman and nobody in there. Then the big doors in the back opened up from the kitchen. She came out with the food and brought it to me. On the phone, I should say this. With the chicken, you get there's 3 sauce options. You get ranch, honey mustard, or the IHOP special sauce. And she goes, Mike. She didn't say my name. That was my fantasy. You got your fantasies, I got mine. She goes, would you like ranch?
Mine is the Amazon guy?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Ranch, honey mustard, or the IHOP special sauce? Then I was like, at first I was going to go, what is that? No, I don't want to know. I want to find out when I get it. I said, the IHOP sauce, please. She said, you got it. So when I picked up the food, as I mentioned before, she got it, gave it to me, and just as I'm about to leave, she goes, excuse me. And I was like, oh no. I go, oh, did I leave my credit card? I thought I screwed up. She goes, I just want you to know there was no IHOP special sauce for the chicken, so I gave you ranch and I gave you honey mustard. Now, Jess, I see you have your phone open and I see you scrolling around. Can you tell me what the IHOP sauce is for chicken?
Okay, so what it appears to be...
I have a guess is it's like a barbecue sauce.
What it appears to be kind of sounds like the same ingredients as the special sauce on a Big Mac.
Okay.
Which is equal parts ketchup and mayo with a squirt of honey mustard. Yellow mustard, I meant.
Gotcha. Okay. She felt, but it was kind of sweet of her to say, like, hey, I don't have it. I gave the other 2 sauces, which I thought was nice. But, that again, like, the lasting image I'll have is just how depressing that IHOP looked. Because that place, Jess, I've been there 1,000,000 times with how busy it was. Now,
I went on, the only, like, delivery I ever went with you was there. Remember that?
Yes. We did do a picnic there together. Now, I know that, like, if I went there on a Sunday at 5 o'clock, it wouldn't be that busy anyway, but it wouldn't look like that pre-pandemic. That's all. All right, so with that depressing monologue behind us, let's get to the food. You look sad.
I know. I feel sad because my nail place is next door to that.
Yeah.
The last time I went, I was the only person there the entire time.
I know. It's just
and
different.
That made me... And that is not how that place ever was. It's, on just account of everything that's happening. And people are being safe, which is good, but it is also hard for the economy.
Yeah, when I called in, it was like, how long will it be? She's like, 10 minutes tops. It's like, we got nothing going on. It's Sunday night. What are you going to do? Sunday night, you're going to take your family to sit? Like, I will say this, though. If you had, like, a little kid, and you were like, we wouldn't need to get out of the house for dinner, IHOP outside on a Sunday.
And you were not worried about bothering anybody?
IHOP outside on a Sunday would be, like, great.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, interesting. But... I know, it is a bummer. It is a bummer, and it makes you want to, like, try to help out people as much as possible.
Yeah. And I did not tip, because I'm an ass, after all that. Because I was like, I don't know if a tip was deserved there. So we're just bringing it out. And she was the hostess, not the waitress.
You always make me tip when I pick stuff up.
Maybe I should edit that. Now I'm feeling guilty. Sorry, I didn't tip on that one. I know, I'm a contradictive asshole on that. All right, you want to get to the food scoring?
Yeah, let's do it.
So 3 scores that are given here on the Mike Delivers podcast. They're out of 0 is the worst, 10's the best. In 0.5 increments, you can get these scores out of the 2017 Toyota RAV4s. Okay, so we got 3 categories. They are heat factor, takeout presentation, and of course the almighty taste, which of course is so important in this day and age. All right, Jess, do you want to do takeout presentation, or would you like to do heat factor first?
Takeout presentation. We always do that first.
And would you like to go first?
No, I would not, because I feel pretty not confident about my scores.
Interesting. Takeout I thought was kind of cool. I also thought, okay, 2 parts. The pancake, the chicken and waffle were in one bin. The sauces were in the other. There were 3 sauces in total. Honey mustard, ranch, and then, of course, your classic maple syrup, which makes sense. I liked how the ranch, honey mustard, and maple syrup were inside of the small brown bag and stapled tight. I thought that was very nice, very classy. I also thought then with the chicken and waffles, I liked the way inside the container they divided up the chicken and the waffles. I thought that was really nicely displayed. I liked how the waffles were on a diagonal inside the box. I thought for what that was very nice. I wasn't expecting, the chicken to be plated on top of the waffle to have that classic look when you go out to a restaurant.
Yeah.
But I thought for the most part they did a nice job in there. I thought the container itself was very nice. It had like these little dimples where you could open up the food, and it was specific to Ihop, which I thought was very cool. We've actually seen this takeout container when I had a side of potatoes. But this made more sense for what was in there. It all fit, and it wasn't some potatoes, slip sliding away. So with all that said, I was really impressed with the takeout presentation. I thought it was one of the better ones I've seen, Jess. I went with a 7.
Okay. So, yeah, not to be redundant. I mean, obviously all the same. I thought the container itself, and I remember actually saying this about the pancakes as well, this had a black bottom, a clear top, and it had like 2 tabs that said lift, and then 2 tabs that there was nothing there, and it was like a little vent, so that I think it like didn't steam.
Yes.
I thought it was well engineered, and I remember the pancakes were both well engineered as well. Yeah, no, I'll give it a 7.5. It was okay. It was solid. It did what it had to do, and I did like the sauces on this side because we did have that issue with the Bang Bang shrimp. Everything was basically perfect, but remember the sauce spilled inside the container? Yeah, and that was everywhere.
Yeah, no, I almost think we should contact the people at Bonefish and tell them what my girl at IHOP does and make it out better. All right, heat factor as we get to this. The waffles did not stay hot, and I expect that, I guess. Like, they seem to have steamed in the plastic, and they were not crispy at all.
The old French fry effect?
A little bit. The chicken finger itself, it wasn't a piping hot, but it stayed better. The chicken finger lasted. And by the way, it's a good chicken finger. The chicken finger lasted better. The waffle just got kind of soggy and cold faster. I wasn't like... And I should say this. I got into the IHOP. The food wasn't ready. I saw my girl bring it over, hand it to... we had that whole exchange. Hand it to me. Drove home. So we had it pretty much right away. And that was a quick drive. So as far as heat factor goes, this is as like... top notch as you're going to get it on a delivery. Not going to be the same as in the restaurant, but considering that those forces that I'm talking about, so heat factor, I went with a 5. Not like I'm going to change that because the chicken was better. I'm going to go with a 6 because the chicken saved it. Waffle was bad, below average. Chicken was above average. I'll go with a 6.
Okay, so I thought the waffle was fine. It was not hot, but it was doable. Because I feel like Belgian waffles never can get that hot because there's a certain level of heat that you have to take them out of the Belgian waffle maker.
I suppose I should probably maybe have.
But the chicken finger I ate, which is a different one than you ate, I thought was super hot.
Yeah, the chicken was good. It was hot. If you're out of town ever, I might be like, "What's for dinner tonight?" Doing chicken fingers from IHOP.
This is really
with
good.
A kid.
Yeah. I mean, the baby would like some chicken fingers.
IHOP.
I think, the chicken was really hot. I don't, because, with the Belgian waffle, you put in the little Belgian waffle maker, the kind at the hotel.
Yeah.
It dings, you open it, it never gets that hot, so it's not starting from, a high ceiling.
Right.
I'm going to give it a 7, because I thought that it was about what I expected.
Okay.
I mean, I do have to say, yes, it is one of the closest places you can get food from around here.
Really is.
If you were bringing that out from where we got the Firehouse subs, I'd be
way different drive.
Icy cold. But it did its job, I guess, today.
Yes.
But the chicken finger salvaged it.
So taste time, and if you want to see my video review of it, head over to Mike Delivers Pod on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can check that out. I'm wearing my Yoenis Cespedes shirt because the Mets had hell on earth. When you're listening to this was back on Sunday. They're a disaster. It's so disappointing. All right, so taste. I was shocked by the chicken. I'm not gonna lie. I thought when we were getting these, they were gonna be kind of like frozen chicken fingers. The chicken fingers were good, dude. They were meaty, they were fluffy, they were not dry. The crust on the outside had kind of a taste to it. I was really impressed with the chicken finger. The waffle, it was what I thought it would be. It was just like a generic waffle.
Can I ask
Nothing
a question?
great, not bad. Like, if I made that, you're going to ask me a question in a second. If I made that waffle myself, I'd be like, I know what I'm doing. But I wasn't blown away by it. All right, what's your question?
How can you make a waffle awesome?
I don't know. There's places that have awesome waffles, right?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
I guess you're right, but then why is it $75 to get a waffle there?
Well, I'm just saying, like, I feel like you go to more places where you get, like, a funky pancake.
Yes.
I mean, what makes a, like, have you ever heard a place that was like, okay, we were watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives last night.
Yes.
Have you ever heard a place that was like, this is the waffle capital of America? Is it just a food that has, like a very narrow range?
You're probably right. You're probably right. It probably has a narrow range. But I think there's some fancy places, like if you get like fancy chicken and waffles from a brunch spot, those waffles are different.
Yeah. Like,
no, you can make a waffle better. I don't think it's as
have you ever had what's the best waffle you ever had?
Couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Me neither.
The last time I had a waffle I really enjoyed was in Brooklyn, New York. It was in Dumbo. After the Nets lost to the Sixers, you and I went to Brooklyn the next day and we had brunch.
And I got avocado toast.
Yes, and we saw Nick Collison, who will now get tagged.
Who I don't know who that is.
He was a former NBA player. Which, by the way, I then saw Nick Collison later in the year at a Nets game. I saw Nick Collison twice in a year.
I've never heard of this person.
It's like the most random thing to say out loud. Nick
do.
Collison, you're getting your ass tagged in this. You're going to retweet. But yeah, that was. Remember that night? I think. Did I even have a waffle? Maybe I didn't even have waffles. Maybe I'm making that up.
No, I think you had chicken and waffles there.
I went to a famous place.
It was Easter.
Yes, it was Easter.
And we walked the Brooklyn Bridge.
I went to a famous place in Harlem a year and a half ago.
Roscoe's?
No, it was next to Roscoe's.
Okay.
And I had like shrimp and grits, which were great. But it was like $30, and it was the size of my balls. Like, it was just so small.
Oh, they were just living on the name.
It was good, but I was like, that's all the food for that kind of money?
Yeah, that is so disappointing.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Are waffles a ripoff?
I was like 30. No, this was.
No, I'm just thinking that now, like in general. Like, are they a ripoff?
They might be.
Okay.
I mean, they could be. They really could be. We have a waffle maker. We did at one point.
I might have sold it. Who knows?
Okay. Well, hopefully you got a good penny for that.
No, I think we do have it around here somewhere, but it's not a Belgian waffle maker like we have. It's more like an Eggo waffle, which, by the way, we did not talk history.
Oh.
I fucking love Eggo waffles.
Okay, so then let's put that up. We could bring that up in the Patreon episode.
Okay.
We'll do that if you want to listen to our waffle
history. Because I do have waffle
we'll go
history.
into the Patreon episode. And I brought this up before, I think, on this podcast at some point. Like, pancakes are more popular than the waffle. Would you agree? Out.
I think so.
They have to be.
I don't know. I've never...
There's a whole house for pancakes. Well, I guess a whole house...
There's for freaking waffles!
That's true.
I mean, you might die if you go to one, but they are never safe.
I think the pancake's more popular than the waffle. I'll put a poll out.
I've literally never thought about this before. This is like a...
Here's my brain, okay?
Okay,
Just
all right.
Let me say this. Then I'll give my taste score. The pancake is more popular out at a restaurant. Just agree.
I think you can get more funky versions, so yes.
But the waffle is more popular at the grocery store frozen section. You don't get pancakes.
For sure.
You don't get, like, pancakes, Eggo pancakes. You get Eggo waffles. Why is that?
Well, I thought all of this until I learned that our niece has a lot of frozen pancakes.
Okay. I just had a great idea.
Okay, yes, let's hear it.
Well, no, go ahead. I'll tell you.
No, I'm just saying I didn't really know that it is. I didn't even honestly know that there were frozen pancakes.
Right,
so.
you don't even know that there are.
No, and frozen waffles they're great.
They're easy to.
You throw those in the toaster. Oh God,
like the chocolate ones.
Ugh,
with chips in there. Or cinnamon.
I like a plain Eggo, and I like to put so much butter in it, and that you can see it in the little holes. Oh
yes.
God, yes.
So taste, I went with an 8. Chicken tenders were excellent. One of the best chicken tenders I've had in a long time. Waffle was fine, nothing special, nothing great, but good enough. And then dipped in the syrup. I thought that was, honestly, for that price of... Think about it like this. Would you rather have chicken fingers and french fries or chicken fingers in that waffle for that price, I think I'd rather have the waffle because it held up better than the fries would. I give it an 8.
Okay, I have to concur. Chicken tenders, and I have to say, they didn't look amazing. They were amazing.
They were surprisingly awesome. They were.
We just got chicken tenders from Aldi's, which we've been trying to grocery shop from. Alternate
Yes.
Aldi's, Whole Foods. They were fabulous. These might have been better.
They were better. All these ones were good. These were better.
These were really good. I thought the waffle was precisely what I expected it to be. No more, no less. It was okay.
Yes.
Seen a million Hampton Inns.
Yes.
It is the waffle you make at the Hampton Inn with a little thing of the little batter container next to it. You put it in the waffle maker. You flip it over when they say it's time. You open it up. You're good to go.
I think it was better than that.
I think it was exactly that.
Okay.
It tasted just like expected. I hate fake maple syrup.
Was that fake maple syrup? I didn't talk about the maple syrup.
That was that
I'm not picky on
fakey
that.
maple syrup. I grew up a log cabin family, which is like that really good, like true, like actual maple syrup. This is like the artificial flavored stuff. I didn't like the ranch.
I thought the ranch was delicious.
Oh, really? And I love ranch.
I didn't try the honey mustard.
Honey mustard was bomb.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, that was
we
really
saved
good.
it. I'm gonna eat it later. But
I am gonna give it. I'm gonna give it an 8 as well. I really think it was, in the words of the Doughboys, we're in the hand-holding club. It was better than I expected because I thought the chicken tenders would not be good, and they were so good.
well, let me ask you this question. This actually brings up an interesting point of view here. I get the maple syrup. That's a no-brainer. That has to be there. You don't like it, fine, but it's got to be there. If you're getting chicken waffles in the purest sense of what it is, you put the chicken on the waffle. Shouldn't there not be honey mustard or ranch?
Yeah, they're giving you options for sure.
They're making it where you're getting waffles with a side of chicken. Because would you put ranch on the waffle?
No, it's an interesting
Right?
thought.
Would you put honey mustard on a waffle?
No.
That'd be disgusting.
It'd be better than the ranch. I think so.
Whatever. That's a whole nother debate. But the syrup makes sense. So it's like it's kind of exposing it to not be a true brunch spot in that aspect. Or it's giving Americans more options. However you want to look at it.
I found an interesting article because I was just wondering what the general view is. Okay, this is 13 reasons. Let's do this on the Patreon for sure. 13 reasons why pancakes are better than waffles.
Okay, so we'll do a little pancake waffle game.
Okay, yeah, this is it's from BuzzFeed, but it is actually kind of an interesting thought about like pancakes. Sort of, they incentivize gluttony. Pancakes, they're like you could never have 4 waffles stacked on top of each other, but pancakes are like let it go.
Yeah, right. You can do pancake.
Oh, if
waffles,
you had 2 Belgian
stacks.
waffles, people would be like, "What the fuck is happening over there?"
It's
Also,
not
that
Belgium.
would be $18 at IHOP.
Okay, if
it
we
would
went
be
to-
$18.
If we went to Belgium, the waffles are probably
Well, and that's actually that is one of the things that they say. There's basically every nationality has a type of pancake. Like we
Right.
had scallion pancakes the other night,
which are way better than American pancakes.
and there's like no waffles except for Belgian waffles.
Interesting.
So interesting.
Like, yeah, we don't need that.
You know.
Keep them to Belgium.
Anyway, I thought it was way better. The quality was way better than I thought.
Okay.
Like for IHOP, but I have to say, by the same token, every time we get IHOP, I have very low expectations. And then I was like, that was delicious.
I know. I mean, really, I have to
Like,
say,
their marketing must be terrible because I think bottom basement like every time. And then
know.
I'm like, okay, that was
We're
really,
gonna-
it was, like, I'm serious, genuinely good.
Seafood Month IHOP. We should have done.
Do they have seafood?
I hope.
Ugh, I don't.
Oh, you go ugh, but then you tried to go.
I know. Maybe
This
you're
sea
right.
bass is tremendous.
Did you get that swordfish?
Yes,
I got a
Would
swordfish.
you like us to fillet that in front of you?
I would like a swordfish and a side of funfetti pancake.
I like that. Now you're thinking like a real.
Biseglia?
I don't know what that real of what is. All right, so there's the reviews. I'll do a real quick recap for everybody.
But I do have to say, I was wondering, because I think their pancakes are excellent. And both times, we kind of ordered things we thought would be gross, and then they were good.
Yeah,
So,
IHOP has definitely been like the sleeper.
yeah, it's been like this sneaky hit. Like, every time we've done it, it's been a little bit of a joke. And then we're like, this is
we have to
good.
stop throwing shade at them.
I know. There's French creme brulee pancakes. That's like their thing of the month. I'm like, it's probably great.
Take out 7, 7.5. 7 for me, 7.5 for you. Heat 6, 7 for you. Taste 8, 8.5, 8 for you. 8 8s. Basically, it's like a B plus.
It's like a B plus, but you expect like a D minus.
Yeah, every time, man. Okay, so we're gonna get the best thing that we ate this week, but first we gotta. Oh no, we're saving it. Yum or Yuck is on Patreon, so we're not doing that here. If you're curious what Yum or Yuck is, Jess is gonna pick an item off a menu, and I'm gonna say a category off a menu. For example, if it was TGI Fridays pastas, I'd say the one I Yum, which I love. Yuck, I would not. We'll save that for the
I have
Patreon.
a doozy.
Do you want to say the name of the place, and then
Yes.
okay, what's the place?
Cheesecake Factory.
Okay, Cheesecake Factory, Yum or Yuck. You can find that on Patreon. All right, best thing you ate this week, Miss Jessie.
Oh God, we ate so good this week, like last week as well. I mean, we had dumplings, we had artisanal Hawaiian ice, we've had good pizza, we had Korean tacos.
Yes.
What else did we have this week?
We had incredible. I had a great sandwich. You had that good.
Panzanella salad.
We did eat good.
I'm gonna say the best bite I put in my mouth
Yeah.
was the aptly named sausage party pizza.
I got to agree with you, man. And I think about all the stuff, and my reaction when I put that sausage in my mouth was just like...
Shouldn't I be saying?
No, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can. If the Amazon guy was here. But
Nice callback.
You're welcome. That's called sense of humor, bitches. I just think when I put that pizza in my mouth, I did a little dance. I did a little shimmy. The other ones were good. Oh man, that you know what the libido I had from that was good too.
So it is from Tallulah's.
Yes, we should probably say what we ate.
Which is
Besides saying like we had sausage.
It's a pizza place in Asbury Park, New Jersey, like Bruce Springsteen, Asbury Park. It's fresh mozzarella, fennel sausage, miso creamed kale, and pickled cherry peppers. Nothing is straightforward in Asbury Park. You're never eating a normal meal ever.
No.
It is bizarre. We ate with weird utensils. Everything is like a little hippy dippy. It is, but the food, they care so
Food's
much
great.
about food.
Food's excellent.
I mean,
some of the best food I've ever had in my life is in that town.
yeah, it's bizarre.
It's like taking New York City chefs
To the beach.
It's fun.
Yeah, and they really do. Like, we had a salad. Like, they care so much about, like, every little part of everything.
That was great.
But this was really great. And normally we get this thing called the Beekeeper's Lament.
We did.
Which
We
we
did
got
get
as well.
that.
And it was still really good. It's like a pepperoni and hot honey pizza. This was just, like, special. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was,
I put it on my Instagram page. Actually, you can see it, Mike. Well, you know what? You can't
It's a
now
story.
because it'll be gone.
put
by
it
the
up
time.
on...
But I can make it. But we'll repost it as a.
Yeah. So what's interesting about this place is they do sourdough starter. Oh, that is so good. They do a sourdough starter for their actual pizza, and the crust is so chewy you can like pull it. It's amazing. So Tallulah's is it's one of the best pizzas I've ever had.
It really is. So shout out to Tallulah's. You got both our votes, which is hard to do.
Yeah, I know that is hard to do.
'Cause we have similar taste buds, but different on a lot of aspects. So the fact they could get both,
Yeah, like
good job.
You're more meat. I'm more veggie.
Not even that. Just like I don't know. Just yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know
But
what
yeah,
to say.
no, that was hands down. That was excellent. And
Good
with
job.
that, there was a lot of competition this week too.
It was a busy week, right? It's one thing to win a division when you like the winner gets 81 games.
We had s'mores pot stickers.
I know it was a good week of eating.
Yeah.
Yum. All right, this has been the Mike Delivers podcast, episode number 98. Breakfast month is here again. Please feel free to DM me, or if you have my cell phone, you can just text me, because I've actually had during this episode someone text me a breakfast idea, which I'll share for you in a second.
Oh, ironic. Okay, cool.
Which I gotta say is kind of cool. Like people texting me mid podcast with ideas.
I know.
is kinda
Hey, I
awesome.
like it. I get some DMs on Instagram. That's the only way you can find me.
You do. All right. So, also want to shout out theprosclub.com. That is the podcast network I co-created. Other great content on there for podcast lovers, bad weather fans, outside the box, Big O beer reviews, and real talk basketball. Go to theprosclub.com. I created a podcast network. Yes, I did, which is weird to say, which was Jess's idea. Because nothing's my idea anymore. But that's okay because she's really smart. Jesse, love doing this episode. A lot of fun. Excited for breakfast month. I think it's gonna really because next month's gonna be, baby month.
I don't know what we're gonna do.
What are we gonna do next month?
I don't know. I think we're gonna survive.
It's Cheerio month.
No, caffeinated beverages.
Maybe. Good idea. This has been the Mike Delivers Podcast, episode number 98. Jesse, thank you for doing it. Had a lot of fun. I'm always awkward at these endings. I don't know how to do this. Let's try it again. Jess, episode 98 in the books. A lot of fun. Talk to you later. Like in a minute.
Later.